On September 3rd, 1965, in New York City at 10:58 p.m., I was born dead. That's how this thing starts. You know, welcome to the Book of Sheen, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, welcome, Charlie.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's really nice.
Isn't it nice to show Charlie some love? Doesn't it feel good? There's something about Charlie that brings out the love in people, I believe. And one of the things I've been thinking about, and I've said this before, is that like the word enthusiasm is the root is a Greek word, which means to have God in you. And I think when I look at your performances and when I look at your life, I see that enthusiasm, that life force, and I think it's very unapologetic and forceful, and I think that's what people respond to with the kind of love that you're feeling tonight, and which I think you'll feel in response to this book.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm feeling.
It's not really a question, is it?
It's really not. No, but it felt like it was kind of yearning for a response.
I don't know if I was yearning, but
no, the question itself, the statement itself. You know.
I do know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I also saw it. I see it in your work, the joy that you have in acting. You know, and I feel that translates not just in acting but also in life. That's all I was trying to say.
I should have said begging for a response.
My first question would be, why now for this book? What is it that made you feel like this was the time to write it? And what do you hope to accomplish aside from, you know, people enjoying it and, you know, buying it and all that shit? But
sure.
Why now?
It's a good question.
You see, I don't like that response. Because
no,
whenever I hate a question, I say that's a good question.
Well, so you know that it's just a little trick to buy a little time. You know this, yeah. He's not fooled by anything. I think I needed this much distance between that other life, those other versions of me. I don't think that I could have committed to this and you know, and delivered the type of focus and passion and discipline that it required unless I also had the distance of the perspective to, you know, I couldn't have written this at a year clean or off the booze. And also, you know, when I finally put down the bottle, it's like all my fucking kids showed up, you know? Like, not symbolically.
Are you speaking
like,
metaphorically?
No, like in my fucking house. And so it's
were there any that surprised you that were?
No, that's a great question. Sorry. No, I recognized all of them. And and knew all the names, you know, to boot. Yeah, so it turned into just an interesting daily grind of just sudden responsibility and you know, having to answer the call, and it was amazing. So there was never a time to really to be carved out to sit down. Well, you've written what, seven books?
Don't try and turn this on me.
But no, I'm just using you as an example.
Yeah.
And so you had to have that space. You had to have that cone of silence, right?
So did you have the space?
You
had the psychic space, is what you're saying, once you got sober.
Right.
Or were long enough sober.
Right.
Okay. Now you talk about memory too.
Right.
How did you feel? What was your relationship to your own memory at this point? I'm fascinated by memory in general, and this theory that I heard recently that when we remember something, we're actually not remembering the thing, but remembering the last time we remembered the thing.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
So I wonder, and also because, some of your life, I think, is probably cut off from you because you were altered in some way.
Sure. Yeah.
If not blacked out. So I wonder what your relationship to the excavating of those moments was. Were you surprised at any point by what you remembered? Did you remember more as you were trying to remember? Or what was your state of mind when you sat down and tried to recall?
There were stories that have stayed intact throughout the journey, and others that, and I'm sure you found this as a writer, that you have to kind of switch between author and journalist, and that's just not wanting to tell somebody else's version of that story, but maybe they'll have that missing detail or that missing piece that bridges a gap or just gets you to.
So did you go out and you say, hey, Dad, I'm thinking about this story. Were you around for that? Or some other friend that might have been with you at that time? You say, hey, can you fill in the gaps of this thing for me?
Yeah, like with my parents, I needed their help with my birth. But it's interesting.
In more ways than one.
Yeah, right? Yeah. No, but it's interesting because I've heard their version of it for so long, and then I still wanted for it to go.
Well, why don't you share that? Because, it's very interesting to me because you begin the book with that.
Yeah.
And you can share it with the people here, and I think it's very, it's an insight into your mindset about what comes after that moment.
Okay, cool. I was actually walking around with that first line of the book for several years. I knew that was the jumping off point.
And what's that line?
On September 3rd, 1965, in New York City at 10:58 p.m., I was born dead. That's how this thing starts. Welcome to the Book of Sheen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I have memorized. Did you want me to read that thing?
No.
You're saying just start with that story.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, no,
I'm amazed that you got that. It's a great line.
It's a pretty good line. Yeah.
It's a great line.
Okay, cool.
But for me, it was what I was looking at when, not only from that line, but having read the whole book, is in many ways your perspective on life is you're playing with house money from the beginning.
That's pretty much the case, yeah.
Can you explain that? How you feel about having, as you say, been born dead, and then how that you feel in the way that you're telling your story in this book.
People would always say you got more lives than a cat, right?
Right.
And they come in at 9 or something, right? 9?
Yeah.
So I already got, that's already 8.
Yeah.
We're already at 8.
Right.
So I don't know how much that influenced a lot of the behavior or the devil may care sort of, the more...
But you feel it was in you always. It's this kind of legend of you in your mind. This is my self. This is my destiny in a way, that I am living a life with house money in a way that I
Yes.
should. Yeah.
And it was also connected to, because it was an umbilical strangulation, so it was connected to being cut off from what I call the switcheroo moment, when you need, air, fluids, and speech.
I believe that's the medical term, the switcheroo.
It is a switcheroo moment. Yes, it is. Yeah. But because of that constriction on arrival, I developed a stutter as a child.
You directly trace it to the umbilical cord.
That's what I attribute it to.
Yeah.
And that's and I say there's a line something about those are the facts. How I choose to interpret or deconstruct them falls entirely on me.
Right.
So.
Well, you say these are your stories. These are not facts. These are your stories.
They're my stories.
These are what you are writing, with what you can remember, with what you've researched.
Right.
And it's your slant on it. It's not a tell-all. And what's so interesting to me about it is it's not vindictive at all. There's no animus against any other person in the book,
Thank you.
even yourself,
Thank you.
which I really
Thank you.
appreciate.
Thank you.
Not just your gentleness with other people,
Thank you.
but your gentleness with yourself. And
Right on.
that's when I get back to the love that people have for you. I think it's part and parcel of the same thing. That it's your attitude towards the world that comes through in that. Again, not a question.
No, I know, yeah.
And
no.
again, not begging for anything.
Okay.
I don't think.
I think we've both read books where people do that, where they take
Sure.
others to task, and I'm reading it going, you're probably gonna run into him. You're gonna see him. If I see him first, I'm gonna let him know.
Yeah.
Let him know that you've shit all over him in this.
Right.
So
Was there ever a discussion with your editor or in your mind, okay, well, let's tell some Hollywood stories that are not about me or that involve me but reflect poorly on somebody else?
no, because I worked really closely with Amy Bell. I think
Amy
you
Bell,
worked
sure.
with her as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's an absolute rock star. I think she's here somewhere.
She is.
Hi, Amy. And so I think we both discovered early on that just wasn't the vibe. It didn't lend itself to that. It didn't feel like there was
Scores to settle.
there were no scores to settle. Yeah. I mean, there's what I couldn't keep doing was make it seem like, oh, every set was a flowery experience and everyone just loved each other, and then we still, it was a hug off at the premiere. So there's a couple things in there, just on set stuff with a couple people, but it's just retelling some of the details of why maybe the experience wasn't so great for me. And what Amy always stressed is just as long as you're still in the frame, you have to always be in the frame. So it never feels like we've,
Right.
we're here to tell someone else's tales,
Well, I'd also like to say, and when you all get a chance to read it, you'll see this, that you're a stylist. You're actually a writing stylist, and I believe you're a very talented writer.
Thank you.
And I,
Thank you.
yeah.
So wait, so you're all holding the book for the first time?
Well, they might have read a little bit,
Okay.
and they're responding.
We were
to that.
a little late. Yeah. Okay.
Well, they know the first line.
They know the first line. They know the first line.
But
Wow.
when I was reading it, even your line, like just now, the switcheroo, you're like kind of almost like a 50s slang, which I dig.
Thank you.
It's very like a hep cat.
A little bit,
Almost
yeah.
like Brat Packy, almost. Not Brat Packy, Rat Packy, actually.
Right, thank you.
And I wonder if you have a love for that era.
It's kind of.
The lingo?
The lingo, but it's just stuff I picked up from my dad over the years.
Oh, okay, that's
So it's
interesting.
just, maybe it's, an homage to his.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of household that we grew up in, it was...
A swinging household.
It was a swinging household, man. Yeah, there was always a beat to rock
But
to.
I'd also say there's a film noir element to your attitude, if I was to call it a movie.
Right.
But also, I feel like there's a Hunter Thompson thing going on. I don't know if you're a fan of his.
Just the obvious stuff. I mean, I don't know anything beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just know the obvious stuff as well. But
Yeah.
but there's a kind of eyewitness, unblinking, but hip and cool. Just the facts, but the facts are crazy. And I think your style is really your own as
Thank
well.
you.
I'm just trying to ask if you had modeled it on any other style, or you were just winging it.
I was pretty much winging it, and then I don't know how to explain this. I'd be pleased with something how it turned out.
I just love that about you.
I was pleased with something that I had written, and I was like, "Hey,
I love
man,
that. I love
sounds
that.
pretty damn good, right?" And it's not an arrogance thing. It's just like
No.
it's an accomplishment thing. That was just like
understand.
one chapter,
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I should keep doing more of that, but I wanted it to feel like the reader was kind of in the room with me, or at the small dinner party hearing this story. And then, just as far as rhythm, something that was that really was such an influence growing up is the narration from Apocalypse. And so there's literally things in there where you can feel a similar rhythm. There's anytime I write "and that was okay," that's Michael Eyre, And so I don't mind borrowing that, because I haven't read many biographies or memoirs or autobiographies. I've read like Number One by Billy Martin and Reggie by Reggie Jackson, and read them as a kid. And and actually became friends with Reggie. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I know.
Knew a little bit about him when I met him, right?
Yeah.
So I wasn't influenced by any other styles, and I wanted to write in a way how I might tell a story, but also how I'd like to read something. Is that terribly egotistical? Is that like
no?
Is that
no?
Is that narcissistic? I've never been accused of that description. Seriously, like ever.
Let's say it's narcissistic in the best way.
In the best way. So there's a good version of narcissism?
I can only hope.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
I mean, any artist has got to be narcissistic. You have to think that you have something to give, that people want to watch you or they want to listen to you. So there's narcissism to it.
Okay.
But when you describe that moment of thinking, oh, I like what I just read, I very much relate to that kind of joyfulness in that moment. And I wonder, when you got the galleys, there's that moment when the book is actually a physical thing. And I remember when my first one came to me like that, it was this amazing feeling of just here it is, it exists in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did you have a similar moment like that?
I did. Yeah, it was really surreal.
Yeah.
Because suddenly it was the first, because it's, I'm sending the chapters and I'm printing stuff and everything.
Right.
There's notes everywhere, and it's all kind of, like the desk of a 60s newspaper editor, but to hold it actually as a book, even though it wasn't the Book of Sheen, but to hold it just in that form. It felt like, wow, okay, this is all of that, all of the work and all of the discipline and the focus and all those late nights. They all felt suddenly worth it.
Yeah, I just tossed mine around just to see that it's got gravity.
Yeah, and it sounds like a book when it lands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Put it by the toilet to see if it reads well.
Exactly. There it is.
Were there any other titles for it? Was it always the Book of Sheen?
It's interesting. That's what I delivered it as in that first meeting, many moons ago, and it was in a plastic 3-ring binder with a picture of me from those fake IDs with Chris Penn going to massage parlors in high school. Busted. And so. So that wasn't even like properly affixed or graphically attached to the thing I bought at CVS, right? Mm-hmm. It had a little pocket, a secret pocket that I snuck the picture into.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right,
I had to go to Kinko's and print 8 of those.
Right.
And so.
How'd it work for you?
It didn't sound like a book when I dropped it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it did. It said the Book of Sheen on the front, and I thought they were going to see that and be like, that is dog shit.
Right.
That title is dog shit.
Yeah.
And they didn't. Yeah. They said, okay, all right, hold on. It kind of means a couple of things at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think the play was sort of still cooking on Broadway, Book of Mormon.
Oh.
So don't read anything into that. No. No, but just as far as the ring, the thing, the book of something, the book of that, right?
Sounds
No,
hot.
but so they said, tell you what, let's just keep this as the working title until something beats it. So something eclipses it. And nothing did.
Yeah.
The only one that I was sort of toying with, but then I think it was too right on the nose.
Yeah.
Because the Book of Sheen isn't right on the nose, right? No, it was just no scars, no stories.
Ooh. Are you having regrets?
Did I just pre-sale? Did I just pre-sell the sequel?
That's the paperback version.
Yeah.
Let me.
But that's sort of the theme of the material is no scars, no stories.
Yeah.
You know? So why give that away? You know. Or why insist that's how people
don't want to tell them how to read it.
Thank you. Hey, you know another thing I didn't want to do, because I'll read a book occasionally on a Kindle or an iPad, right? And you know, maybe I don't get out enough. Maybe I spend too much time.
I think you get out enough.
A little bit, yeah. But when I'm looking up like every paragraph, like 3 or 4 words, when I'm like saddled with like suddenly it's turned into an education. A thesauric journey through hell. Mm-hmm. And I hate the fucking author by like page 9, right? Yeah. And so I really focused on not doing that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted it to be really accessible. You don't have to look up shit in my book. There's a couple though, and I use
switcheroo.
Switcheroo, yeah, but that explains itself.
Well, you spell fucking in a really weird way.
I do.
Why is that an Amy Bell-ism? It's Fukken.
Yeah.
And it's all over this book.
Well, there's only 103 of them.
Is that right?
I think. No. Maybe 102. Yeah, we didn't fucking it to pieces.
But why
spell it like that?
Yeah.
Because it gets you to the word it's setting up or describing faster. Fucking Dave, right? Fucking Dave Duchovny, right? Okay, yeah. As if I say fucking Dave, then it's like a different
No,
thing.
I know. I understand fucking as opposed to fucking.
Right.
But why
the double K?
Why the double K?
Because it's got more
it hits.
Yeah. It comes out of a slingshot that way, you know? And it also, not a wrist rocket, you know, the cheap one.
I don't know what you're saying, but I think I understand.
No, and it's interesting because that's how I see the word in my mind.
Yeah.
And that's how it just sounds better in my mind. And then if I read it spelled wrong compared to that, then...
You don't get the same effect.
It doesn't have the same effect.
I get it. Yeah. I get it. So I applaud that.
Thank you. But it's also how I text.
Your phone has stopped trying to correct your fuckins?
There's a thing you can go into, another menu, where you can give it the word it thinks it is, and then you can make it spell yours. Oh, yeah.
You can?
Yeah, so I got...
Did we know this? Did we learn something today?
Yeah, you can trick it. I mean, you can bend it to your will. As a feature, not as a, you know.
No.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't implying anything at all.
And then you'll notice dude is different.
Dude is D-O-O-D?
D-O-O-D, yeah. It just feels dude. Because I'll write like long dudes to people just as like if they tell me something that's pretty gnarly or pretty funny, or I'm just like dude, right? But the people that write it with all the U's, you lose the dude about 5 U's in, right?
Yeah.
The ew doesn't flatten.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Well, this is what I mean, that I think you're a stylist. I really do.
Thank you.
I think so.
Thank you.
It's that time of year. The air is getting crisper and the days are getting shorter, which means you're probably craving warm, hearty food, but there's less and less time to prepare it. Home Chef makes it easy with solid recipes that hit the spot while keeping prep simple as always. You get fresh food delivered right to you, and the recipes are super easy to follow. In fact, Home Chef is rated #1 by users of other meal kits for quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. They have classic recipes, but also 30-minute meals and quick microwave options. And it's not one size fits all. Home Chef has over 30 meal choices each week with choices for different diets and tastes. This time of year, I'm always tempted to try making risotto. But then I back off because it feels slightly too complicated. Home Chef has a great looking recipe, though, courtesy of Gordon Ramsay. It's called Ramsay's Brilliant Truffle Scallop Risotto. For a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 50% off and free shipping for your first box, plus free dessert for life. You go to homechef.com/failbetter. That's homechef.com/failbetter for 50% off your first box and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/failbetter. Must be an active subscriber to receive free dessert.
But if we can go back before writing to you as an actor, and I don't know if people know, but the neighborhood that you grew up in Malibu was like a hotbed of terrific actors.
Yeah.
You grew up with Sean Penn, Chris Penn, and very good friends with Rob Lowe, right? All in the same.
And his brother Chad, yeah.
Chad, all in the same neighborhood. So there's something in the water in Malibu.
Yeah.
That's good for that. But you guys, you were making home movies with Chris Penn, who was a terrific actor.
Yeah, he was a
great
special talent.
Yes.
Yeah. And a lovely dude.
Yeah. And the love you have for him comes across very clearly in the book.
Good. Yeah. And I haven't and I'm a lot of that was written out of love for Sean.
Yeah.
I wanted Sean to really read, how much his brother meant to me,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was tempted to go to Sean and read him stuff as I was creating it, and I was like, no, man, that's probably not how Chris would have handled it. He would have walked in and just, here it is,
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's nice that you highlight that because so that comes off the page nicely. Okay.
It fucking does. Dude. But obviously you come from a family of actors.
Right.
Your father, Martin, your brother, Emilio. So this is all happening in Malibu, which is a small town. It's hard to describe. And when you were growing up in it, it was not even really a town. It was a backwater of LA, right?
Yeah.
So when you start taking these home movies, you talk about how you got in this camera, and this was your passion. You all discovered it at the same time.
We did, yeah.
What was your ambition as an actor, even as a little kid? What did you think you were doing? What did you want to do? And then how did that transform as you became successful, as you became able to get jobs that would really stretch you and push you and satisfy that ambition?
The Super 8 filmmaking started out just as a hobby because growing up in Malibu but never surfing, never even attempting it, like boogie boarded like twice. It's just not my. It
wasn't for you.
Well, no. I mean, I saw Jaws as a 10-year-old 100 times in a theater. So, where's the one place you can't get attacked by a shark?
I don't know.
On dry land. So, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You make a good point.
So making the movies was just something that everybody was surfing or skateboarding or doing other stuff, and we just found it as just a way to just kind of emulate or mimic or copy what our parents were doing, because the Penn parents were an actor and a director couple. Right. And had been doing it for decades. And so the two houses that it kind of bounced between, Casa Penn and our place is really where that all happened.
Like Penn Stevez Film? Is that
Penn Stevez Films presents, yeah.
Stevez Films.
Yeah.
And what were some of these early films? Can you describe the plot of them?
Yeah, I mean, they weren't super complicated plot-wise. We would establish a crime early on, a bad guy, and then they spent the rest of it just somebody seeking revenge. So,
well, that's actually most movies.
It's most movies.
Yeah.
It's most movies. Yeah. There was never a love story.
Well, you were a kid.
Well, we didn't have any girls like in the movies,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But if you think about the kind of stuff my dad was doing, like in the mid-'70s, even the movies of the week, even some of the features, they were really violent. And so we got accustomed to, the movie of the week. And, if Dad's alive in the third act, we know it's like just a matter of, 5 or 10 minutes where he gets lit up. So we watched him die a lot. We watched Dad die a lot.
That's funny, because when I started acting, my mother, she said all she wanted to know was, do you get killed and do you get naked? And if either of those or both of those things happened, she didn't want to see it.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But so
I'm saying that's what led to the Super 8s being so violent.
Right.
It's like
you have them, access to them? Like, will you ever share them?
The first time a lot of them are going to be seen is in the documentary.
Oh, okay.
On Netflix, yeah. So.
It's a crazy treasure to have.
Yeah, thank you. It's and it's the director, Andrew Renzi, in the documentary found a way to just, put it into this, and he made it so much a part of the story, and it's not just bolted on, it's there for a reason, and for these to have never been seen outside of family and friends, right, for so long, I think this is the perfect place for them to finally be put on full display.
What was your emotional reaction when you went back to look at them again? What was that like?
It was, I couldn't believe how bad they were, right? But I also, I was always looking in the background. I was looking for all the houses that had
home movies. They were home movies. For
yeah. It was just kind of archival,
like a window
geography study. Yeah.
Right.
No, it was a trip. But so. We never really had the kind of resources to do substantial productions, We were reliant on whatever Dad would kick in, or what the Penn parents would, Eileen and Leo, what they would kick in.
In terms of props or wardrobe or
whatever. Which basically, our prop department was, blank guns, blanks, and blood.
Yeah.
It was about it, and whoever was available on the day.
Right. But as you got older, and as you started to see that this might be something you wanted to do, act, did you have... There's a great part in the book where Charlie is... I don't know where you are with your dad, but it's early in your career, and you've got an audition, and you read the scene with your dad, and you go through it one time, and your dad goes, stop.
Yeah.
He goes, just do exactly that. And then your dad says, he's doing what it took me 30 years to figure out how to do.
Correct.
At 18, at 17.
19.
19.
Yeah.
And what I took that to mean was just your naturalism. Your dad's coming from a different time. He's kind of bridging from from before Brando to after Brando.
Sure.
So he's coming from like more presentational style to a naturalistic style. You show up at 19 years old and you've already gotten that, what it took him the 30 years to do. And I just thought that was an amazing story to have in the book.
Yeah, thank you. That was in the limo coming back from a 2-on-1 competition, Dad and I against Michael Jordan, which is in the doc, and I don't want to give too much away because it's really presented nicely in the doc. So coming back from that...
just sounds like bullshit, Charlie.
Well, I know, and it's all, it's all on video. So, and the scene we're working on is for Ferris Bueller. So, yeah, talk about a mashup of some pretty gnarly stuff, right?
But how did you feel when he said that to you? How did you process that?
I didn't believe him.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't, because I didn't feel... if it took him 30 years to learn to do nothing...
well, that sounds funny, and it's not glib.
No, it's not.
It's very hard to not act.
You're right. But I just wanted a couple, at least to feel, maybe to have something to first unlearn. Does that make sense? He was trying to blast me too far into the future with and I get that the gifts he was trying to bestow were awesome and this and that, but I just felt like my experience hadn't earned the right to be anything close to his yet, obviously.
Yeah, well, sure.
But I loved him for the advice, you know. But I did take it for that.
You
film.
understood it.
I understood it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I went back and I watched that scene actually, and you're riveting in that scene. And I remember watching the movie, and this isn't bullshit. I remember thinking, who the fuck is that guy?
Right on. Thank you.
Yeah, that was you.
That was me. Yeah.
What then became the ambition? What did you want to do? Because you came out of high school.
Yeah.
You know, this podcast that I do is called Fail Better. You didn't fail. You came out of high school, you started booking jobs left and right.
But I failed my way out of high school, and I failed my way out of. I
will accept that.
And I failed at baseball.
Well, I mean, you're a good pitcher. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, you're not a pro, but that's not really failing. Most people.
But I'm saying it didn't feel like those were that was the thing that I really thought I might have had a chance to do. So
you really wanted to be a pro pitcher?
For a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wait, let me finish.
Sorry.
I just wanted to know what you thought you wanted to do. You know, once you gave up baseball, once you gave up whatever the other dreams were, as an actor, because I think you're competitive, right? You're a competitive guy. You say that in the book.
Right.
What was that competition for? What did you want? Did you want fame? Did you want money? Did you want awards? Or was there an acting ambition also?
I wanted access. I wanted access. To what, you're wondering?
Well, I didn't want to cut you off because I'm like...
No, I wanted...
Yeah, I am wondering.
I wanted an opportunity to explore the same things that I was watching Emilio do, like right over there. And because he started professionally acting when I was still in high school. Mm-hmm. And so then when I got tossed out, I would tag along with him, the stuff you read in the book, you know?
Yeah.
And still was close to it, but never a part of it. And so that was the thing so the acting thing, the passion for it, I think I discovered as I started doing it. And as I got more comfortable, or at least feeling like, okay, this is something that could have legs, you know. This is something I think and it's not, you know, I just wanted to be consistently employed. I just wanted to pay the bills and be in stuff that you know, be in films that I'd like to watch, you know, and then, well, you know, suddenly that one thing happens and you're in a much different place than you could have ever envisioned or imagined or possibly hoped for.
And are you still in touch with that part of yourself? Is there more that you are wanting to do? I'd like
to get back in touch with it.
How do you do that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
probably just by doing it.
Maybe here.
Probably just by doing it. But the thing,
how long has it been since you acted?
I mean, do you consider sitcoms acting?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
oh shit.
Well, no. I think you're being disingenuous because your work on that sitcom.
You're very kind.
I didn't say anything yet.
I know. But the tone of it is very kind. The lead up. Anyway.
No, it's brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know that the show's brilliant, but I think you're brilliant in that
Thank
show.
you. It feels...
Yes, you're allowed.
Thank you. Comic brilliance. Thank you. Thank you.
Timing.
Awesome.
Timing.
Timing. It feels more like a performance. Like
yes.
Right? Yeah. Than like anything you really have to...
Yeah, it's not interior.
It's not interior. It's it's a writer's medium. Okay. That's the thing. And
okay, so let's say it's not acting. So when did you last feel like you acted?
Jesus, I can't really remember.
You just wrote a memoir.
I know. That's a good point. It would probably be, mean, something like that still like matters to me, or mattered at the time, or felt like I was involved in something that was important.
Yeah, I mean, kind of making light of it, but I think it's. I see that you want to.
Yeah.
You know, and I would like you to, and I think these people.
Thank you. No, I would like to as well, but the writing the book was the most challenging job I've ever had,
Really?
and hands down the most rewarding one. Hands down. Thank you.
So so you'd like to continue to write?
I mean, wherever it might take me, sure. It was just incredible to have a job where I didn't have to get approval, that I didn't have to get somebody's blessing to keep content. Just to, it's just you and the page, you and the screen, and it's And it was a trip.
And you were pleasing yourself, as you said. Well, that's not the correct.
But we're tracking you. We're tracking you. Because I mean,
You called yourself a people pleaser in the book.
Of course, yeah.
But the people that you're pleasing when you're writing is you.
Right.
That's a big difference, I think. And I wonder if you can get to that as an actor as well. Maybe this has changed things in a way, writing this changed your own response to yourself as a performer. Maybe, I don't know why I'm pushing this so hard.
No,
if you want to write, you go ahead and write. And you've done a lot of great acting. You don't have to do any more.
Thank you. Thank you.
But
maybe I need to write the next thing I act in.
Well.
Maybe that's what's supposed to happen, you know?
I will say this. I only met Charlie one time. I met you in the ice cream store. Remember that? Do you remember that?
I do.
It's not in the memoir.
It's not. No.
Charlie came up to me in an ice cream store, said something really nice to me, and my kid was there, my son was there, and he was like, "Hey, Charlie Sheen likes you," and I was like, "Charlie Sheen likes me."
Oh, so it was a hero dad moment?
Yeah.
Nice.
You gave it to me.
Nice.
In front of him. So thank you for that.
Because I walked back to my daughter, and she was like, "Who in the fuck is that?" Sorry.
That's it. We're done.
I'm sorry.
Here's the questions.
It didn't happen.
Why are you such a dick?
Is it?
Is it question time?
Are these their questions?
I hope so.
Oh, damn. Okay. Wow.
But before we get to these, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you this question. When I had Gabor Mate on the podcast.
Okay.
He doesn't ask what's wrong with drugs. He says what's right with them. You know, what does it give you? At first, it gives you something.
Sure.
Before it takes away your life.
Everything, yeah. What did it give before it took everything away?
Yeah.
I think it gave me just a little bit of distance, just a little bit of a barrier from this.
Me?
This. No, just you as an example. Yeah. Just from things that I didn't really want to engage, but had to. There was also like a really intense sexual component to a lot of the drugs, and so that's when that happens early on, and that's like the first thing that really that's the first bridge you build. That's one that will stay. That's one you'll keep walking across. But then it's like, someone asked me the other day, do you miss drinking, right? Because booze was the last thing to go. I was didn't care about the dope anymore, and I was like, I'll just drink. I got this, right? And that turned into like the gnarliest, like the most insane, the most difficult drug for me to deal with was booze. And people don't even look at it as a drug. No. Hey, it's booze. Come on, Yeah. And so I had to finally accept the fact that that the only part of the drinking that I could navigate was the first hour. Just the first hour, because the first hour is like the best hour of anything. It's like my most favorite thing in life is the first hour of drinking. Seriously, kids, marriage, all that fucking shit, I don't care. Give me the first hour of drinking, right?
Okay, I'm not a drinker.
Okay, but
I get it.
But it's the next 500 hours, you
Right.
know, or just the next 12 hours.
Right.
And so that's so once I could just abandon that fantasy of living inside that hour, then it's not a big deal.
I see.
You know.
There's a beautiful moment in the book, and I'm going to misquote it, but you talk about, I think you're shooting 2.5 Men, and you're drinking some, and you talk about having like 3 different personalities. There's the guy on set, there's the good coworker, and then there's the father that doesn't want to get up at 2 a.m. to help with the baby, but then you say that those 2 a.m. feedings gave me more than anything in my life that I've ever gotten, and I wonder what you meant by that.
I think I described it as alone in that moonlit alcove with my noble dad duties. Sam wasn't the only one being nourished. You know, it's pretty good shit, right? But yeah, it's with all of that going on with the show and with the marriage and all the special effects, all that stuff, just to finally wind up inside of a moment where nothing else matters, except an actual like a new human being that I'm responsible for.
Bit of a switcheroo.
Yeah, bit of a switcheroo. Yeah.
And if you could just explain, we're going to get to the questions now, but the moment when you decided to quit drinking also revolves around your daughter.
It does,
and if you could tell them that story, because I just find the fact that you made that decision, you talk about having been forced to go into rehab a few times, and you say, it's never going to work if it's not your idea.
Yeah.
But then it occurs to you as your idea, and what is that moment, and what is happening in that moment?
I mean, should I just read that?
I don't know.
You want me to read it?
Or you can just tell these guys what happened. They say they want you to read it.
You want me to read it? Yeah? Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Now, while you find that page, now, just because she throw a book doesn't mean you start throwing shit up here. I'm going to read questions while you look for it.
Okay, well, it's right at the end.
Okay, that's interesting. You go ahead whenever.
Should I go? Yeah? Okay, all right.
Oh, are you single?
Single. Thought there'd be a number on the back. Yeah, whatever. Old habits die hard, right? Yes, I am. That's not my reaction to it, but Okay, I still get asked in the streets here and there if there's one moment I can point to as the final straw that broke my camel. It usually gets a laugh when I tell them it's really hard to choose one with that many bales to pick through. That's about the laugh it usually gets. It was December 10th, 2017, and by 9 a.m. I was on my 3rd Macallan spiked coffee. My phone rang, and when I picked it up, it was my daughter Sam asking what time we were leaving. Shit, her appointment that day had slipped my mind. I've never mixed the cups with the wheel, so I called Tony T to come bail me out of a situation he was all too familiar with. There's reliable, and then there's that dude. OOD, dude. My man was there in 22 minutes, and in very short order, we were on the road with 13-year-old Sam in the back seat and the 2 adults up front. Well, 1 adult for sure. Thanks to T, the trip was handled with a combination of precision and grace. On the drive back to my house, Sam was very quiet. And I could see her back there from the two angles I had, the visor's vanity mirror as well as the side view on my right. I didn't need to be clairvoyant to know exactly what she was thinking. Why is Dad not driving again? Why isn't it just the two of us in the car like it used to be? When will that moment ever return? When will Dad ever return? I miss him. I missed him too. There was only one thing that felt worse than betraying myself, and that was failing my children. In that car, on that day, with my best friend and a child I adore, I joined Sam in those mirrors and saw a guy who was desperate to finally come home for real. The details of that home were no longer scattered, and at long last, I did have all the puzzle pieces to define it. I'm the one who left home, and yet somehow it never left me. I knew exactly what had to be done. Like I've always said, life comes down to doers and talkers, and there was really nothing left for me to say. It was time to shut the fuck up and get busy doing. Sam wasn't my final straw. She was my first harvest. Not bad, right? Thank you. Thank you. You know, a little choked up there. I mean, that's
I saw that.
Yeah, man, yeah. But that means it's.
Well, you pleased yourself.
Sorry?
You pleased yourself.
And hopefully them.
You definitely pleased them.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
All right, here's a few questions.
That was
here.
really exciting. I've never done anything like that before, so thank you for allowing me to share that. Thank you. Seriously.
I could see a one-man show.
Hey now.
Just me.
That's what it's called.
What movie or TV set had the biggest impact on you?
Apocalypse.
Really?
Hands
As a
down.
child?
Yeah, hands down. Yeah.
If you could have one do-over in your life, I guess only one, so somebody's pretty cheap with the do-overs out there.
Right.
What would it be?
I mean, the one that's like really true, it isn't the one that I'm supposed to say. Sorry. Fucking tattoos.
Oh.
Sorry. No, I mean, no shit. HIV is easier to deal with than fucking tattoos. Okay? Can't take a pill and make your fucking tattoos disappear. Was all of that just out loud? Yeah, I know. I don't care. I don't care anymore. No, that's such a bad, terrible, stupid decision. They could have been like little stick figures and really small and like maybe like down here. They're just fucking everywhere.
I'm not aware. Are you all aware of Charlie's tattoos? They're not.
Yeah, I got like 18.
But
I know.
like all over
and then
your-
there's no sleeves, there's no caps, there's none of
Right,
that shit. But
yeah.
they're just in places and they're colors and things, and it's like it's going to be a 5-year process to get rid of them. Yeah, it's going to be a while.
Oh, you want it? You're
I'd
doing
like
that.
to make them go away. So, if there's any, was it regret the thing a do-over? Yeah, just
I didn't ask the question. I'm
well,
sorry.
whoever did, right? Yeah, just that I would never get one, or just like get one. Just one, but a tiny one, you know, like right here. Sorry, that was stupid. But yeah, that's a do-over.
Yeah, well, that's an unexpected answer.
I knew it would be. Yeah.
Last one. Here we go.
Okay.
This is like a haiku.
Okay.
We all love you. Are you a good guy or a bad guy?
I'm a good guy. I think I'm a good guy. And good guys sometimes do some bad things, but you know, the only way to stay a good guy is to own that shit and move forward.
Thanks so much for listening to Fail Better. If you haven't subscribed to Lemonada Premium yet, now's the perfect time because guess what? You can listen completely ad-free. Plus, you'll unlock exclusive bonus content like the full version of my post-interview thoughts that you won't hear anywhere else. That's more of my recaps on interviews with guests like Chris Carter and Emily Deschanel. Just tap that subscribe button on Apple Podcasts or head to lemonadapremium.com to subscribe on any other app. That's lemonadapremium.com. Don't miss out. Fail Better is a production of Lemonada Media in coordination with King Baby. It is produced by Keegan Zema, Aria Bracci, and Donnie Matias. Our engineer is Brian Castillo. Our SVP of Weekly is Steve Nelson. Special thanks to Carl Ackerman, Tom Kupinski, Brad Davidson, and Jonathan Smith. The show is executive produced by Stephanie Whittles-Wax, Jessica Cordova-Kramer, and me, David Duchovny. The music is also by me and my band, the lovely Colin Lee, Pat McCusker, Mitch Stewart, Davis Rowan, and Sebastian Modak. You can find us online at Lemonada Media, and you can find me at David Duchovny. Follow Fail Better wherever you get your podcasts, or listen ad-free on Amazon Music with your Prime membership.